Just kidding. Just kidding, I heard of it. Just kidding, I fucking heard of it already.
Let me see if I can maybe break it. I didn't want to do that yet. I wanted to show you that later. Okay, so when you get the poison, that's how you turn into the monster. And I used that way too early, but that's alright, because the boss doesn't come up for quite a while. This stage is a fucking bitch. This is where you want to use the bazookas. Let's try to get through this level quickly, because this one is hard. We gotta get this baby. Alright, throw her ass. We need the clown. We need the clown decoy things. We don't have it. Clown decoy. Yeah. All right, we gotta get through this. You don't have any bazooka? Oh, he just opened it. He just opened it. So we go. Oh, he killed her. Oh, she's dead. That's all right. Well, then what happened? She's dead. So the game zombies.
She's dead.
Well, they got her. Those aren't zombies. So okay, we gotta get this dude. Is that a problem though? No. You just, if they kill it, then you don't want to let her die. Then it doesn't. You just get the neighbors that there are, basically. And if they kill it, then you can't get them because they're dead. Really good if I can get through the edges, thank you. Yeah. I know, well, I'm out of bazooka too. We need to get up to him somehow. Alright, we're getting close to him. And there he is. Alright, we got one more guy to get. I don't know where. He's in like the bottom left corner. We're gonna get there somehow. Oh shit. Just run. Good. Oh, that's good. Oh, that works pretty well. Yeah, that's what I've been trying to do. Okay, and I've been doing it a bunch of times. Oh, I've been saving your items. Oh, okay.
Okay,
Not too close to him there. Alright, let's go. Go. Don't stay frozen long. Shit. Up this way. Oh, it's this way. Shit, no! Oh! Here we go, I got her! Oh, it's not the last one, there's another somewhere. Oh, no, that's the door, get in the door. Where's that guy staying frozen a little bit longer? Maybe because the door opened. PHRP, after you beat every 4 levels, now it gives you passwords. So PHRP, if you want to start here, but if you start here, you can start with nothing. Kids on. Oh, you see that? That's your hedge clippers, or your weed whacker. That's a good item to have, and we're gonna need that. Just like you to confuse you. Yeah, they're like, it's like invasion body. He's got
Aching cold sets into an unfamiliar body. A distant howling surrounds you, louder with each passing second. Insistent and invisible hands slap and tear at the membrane that protects you.
oh my god, what the fuck is going on?
Your first emotion is an involuntary and formless panic. You feel you have forgotten something important, as if it once meant the world to you, but the details slip away as you grasp at them.
Damn.
You force your eyes open. The body is... wait, you are wearing a form-fitting suit of some dark material. You recall that you were wearing something much more elaborate a short time ago. You have smooth, light brown skin, 5 fingers on each hand, 5 toes on each foot. Good muscles, strong but not bulky, and slim hips.
Cool.
Your palms are soft, as if they have not been labor, but scars
Bullshit.
and burns on the hands and wrists suggest that you haven't always been careful. Why can't you remember this?
I don't know.
Without warning, the cocoon that surrounds you shreds and tears away. You are falling. Above you, a small moon is slowly collapsing in on itself. The world is many kilometers below you. Put your hands to your sides, and you slice through the air. The wind tears at your face and scalp, and your skin burns at the tremendous speed. Your vision blurs, and you are unable to judge how far you have fallen. A phrase whispers itself into your mind. terminal velocity. You have reached the limit of the speed the air will grant you. Now that you enter the lower reaches of the atmosphere, you can feel it thickening around you, and miraculously you are slowing from the frenzied descent.
What?
Slow is the right term. You knife through the air, piercing its veils, and you have no time for the poetry of falling. This realization drives itself home as you strike an unyielding surface. As your skin explodes and your organs liquefy on impact, a brief thought flashes through your mind. Your life was utterly and completely meaningless.
Cool. What the fuck was that? Most of your body is splattered across the ground. Your sole legacy to the world is a small crater near Saga's cliffs. That's it, I'm dead? The end? Are you serious? That's the end of the fucking game? That's awesome. That's awesome. Alright, let's try again. Try again. I guess, yeah. Okay. Yeah, no.
The body is... Wait, you... Without warning, the cocoon that surrounds you shreds and tears away. You are falling. Above you, a small moon is... You are spinning too rapidly to get a good look. You can see a large landmass, a vast body of water directly below you, and scattered archipelagos. But the detail eludes you. A deep black night is above you, its nocturnal clarity disappearing as the haze of atmosphere envelops you. You spread your arms and legs, and they respond smoothly. A strange sensation. Since you realize this body is new to you, the spinning and tumbling stops. The wind still howls past your new ears, a vast roar that deadens a part of your infant mind. Water springs unbidden to your eyes, the tears torn away by the wind. Through the haze of moisture, it is difficult to see. But if you focus your attention, you may be able to make out the details of the room. You don't seem to have any other option. You close your eyes to the world below you. Ignore the rushing of the wind past you, and concentrate. You remember that you were in the hallways of a place that wove itself through your blood, through your thoughts. The
What?
memories project themselves in
This
the
is
mind.
that
A
twice.
story told to you as if they happened to someone else. Yet it was your body that walked those halls, your lungs that breathed that air. You were running because something was hunting you, a nightmare far more powerful than you. Examining your stolen memory, you know that you were. What could have stood against you? Who wielded instruments of flame and time
What?
itself? The name is on the tip of your tongue.
Bob Marley.
Who? Who were you? There is nothing for you to grab hold of, and the resistance of your body can only do so much against the insistent grasp of the earth. As you vainly try to
What the
grasp
fuck?
the
I'm gonna
air
die.
in your hands, you can see the watery grave that lies ahead of you. But wait, you plummet toward a domed structure of glass or crystal floating in a bay, and a strangely blurred woman and a man are pointing at you. A mass of colors rushes from his outstretched arm, enfolding you, but it's too late. You were falling too fast. With a sickening thump, you destroy the glass structure. You hear some strange engine howl as its balance is forever altered, and then... darkness.
Darkness. Am I dead? Again? Oh. Hello, here I am. What's going on now? This is me, a Billy Bob Chimichong. Chimichong, Jim Chong. What is it? Metal waves roll over the floor below, sending vibrations through the soles of your boots. Jumbled thoughts cloud your head as you study the empty bowl before you. Drops of liquid fall from the ceiling, splattering on the ground next to the bowl. The light from every drop is reflected in the bowl's surrounded hollow, as if it hungers for that light and needs to be filled, yet the bowl remains dry. Another drop falls from the ceiling and splashes across the pylons. Wasted. Carefully move the bowl beneath the liquid. Tutorial effort. You've encountered your first task. You have 3 stat pools, might, speed, and intellect, that you can spend to increase your chances of success. This is called using effort. To more easily move the bowl in front of you, use L to spend might for a higher level of effort. Don't worry if you fail this task. In Torment, failure often results in interesting outcomes. Cool.
Where's the might?
Success. You carefully take hold of the bowl, avoiding the teeth on the serrated rim. With a deep breath, you move it over the glowing pool of fallen light. I did that. Excuse me. Yeah. Drop by drop, the bowl fills, ripples spreading over the blurred outline of the reflection. A pale blue luminescence stretches out into the corners of the fucking room. A clear radiance spills across the segmented floor, washing away the nearest shadows and pouring into your mind, melting the ragged edges of your fragmented thoughts. You are not whole, not yet, but you have begun to heal from the damage done in your long fall. A voice calls out from somewhere high above, beyond the reaches of the spreading light. Hey, hey! Hello up there, or down there rather, are you still alive? Down there, we're up here, something else, I don't know, I talked too fast, you couldn't read it fast enough, what do you know? Fuck you. The rippling surface of the bowl shines with its own light. Leave the bowl alone. Oh. What's this? Oh. Your inventory lets you view, equip, and manage items, and equipment you find has a number of sections. Inventory. The first is equipment, which contains any items equipped to the current character. Equipment includes melee and ranged weapons, shields, armor, ornaments such as rings and amulets, and bonded items. Your backpack contains the items being carried by the current character. You can equip, inspect, or transfer items from it. Quest items contains any special items required for quests. Quest items cannot be discarded or sold, so you won't need to worry about accidentally losing one. You just look at them. The final section shows the ciphers you are carrying and your cipher limit. Ciphers shown in the inner rings are highlighted in blue and are safe to carry. Those in the outer ring, highlighted in orange, are over your cipher limit and inflict negative effects as long as you're carrying them. You can use, sell, discard, or transfer them to another party member to get back under your cipher limit. If your face is stupid, you probably should kill yourself. This is a journal. It has a bunch of shit in it about dog shit. Your whole family is stupid. Nobody likes you forever. Kill yourself. As soon as you touch the orb of memory floods your mind. You stand in front of a rusted door. The air is humid and dank. You've had a moment's respite from this waterlogged hell. A bubble of stale air, your resting point. You've breathed water before, and you've lived decades beneath the waves, but this body's an air breather, and the constant pressure has been crushing you ever so subtly. Worse, your companion's mind seems to be wandering from the task at hand. He's a genius with machines, as you well know, but now he seems distracted. The device in his hands is covered in knobs, wires, and antennas. He believes it can get the two of you through the corroded door, but he's merely staring at it. Perhaps he's lost faith in his invention, but that is hardly your concern. This mission cannot be delayed. It must proceed. Deceive him by telling him that you've heard sounds of pursuit. Threaten him until he turns his head. Yeah, this one. Deceive. Your words echo clearly. He looks up, surprised, as you cut through his decisive daze. He grimaces and says, "Alright, we'll be through the door before they catch up." His fingers make minute adjustments to the knobs and blinking levers of the device, and the stale air of your bubble freshens as the door swings open. A dark hallway lies beyond. A passage that links the water-bordered cells and the aquatic viewing areas. What you seek lies there. Moments later, you're underwater again, your hands closing around a strange and familiar artifact. You need it to complete something. It hovers above a pedestal, rotating in the dark water. An electric current runs through your fingers as your hand crosses the vertical plane of the pedestal, and an iridescent field coalesces so fast that the wave of pressure dazes you for a moment. The rising pulse of a sonar alarm ripples through the water. The guards won't be far behind. Use the device. You run urgent fingers over the devices fastened to your waist, the fog rising in your mind. A few can be used against the guards, but will also turn your skin to synth steel, or the surrounding water to boiling wax. Hardly ideal. Finally, you find a small silver sphere. Setting the sphere in place, you kick desperately for the safety of a nearby alcove. The sphere whirls and unfolds into a spiraling vortex. The sphere at its center speaks a few polite words in an ancient language, then begins draining the surrounding water into itself with alarming speed. The approaching guards shout, then scream as they too are sucked into the whirlpool and ripped to pieces. You allow yourself a fleeting smile, but are all too aware that more alarms are going off in the distance. The memory begins to fade, as if you are being drawn back to backward through a tunnel, and you hear more pylons rising from the pit. Something is wrong. The events within the orb have settled into that gap in your mind, but the edges of it are rough, as though the memory itself is not truly yours. There's something else, a gust of sour air pulling at you, like a predator inhaling the scent of its prey at the far end of a dark, whispering field. God damn, this shit's crazy. I just had a crazy, like, vision or something. Okay, go. Go! Why can't I move? Oh. Oh. Yeah, examine. This mirror looks strange, as though what you see in it is real, and you're the reflection. Whoa, trippy. The light around the door's frame dims and flares like a roaring fire in a high wind. And your mom's a hoe. No sign or symbol tells you what might be behind this enormous door. A dull chill radiates from its bronzed, segmented surface, and the thick metal wheel seems frozen into place. We'll see about that. What if I do this to the carpet? You stand beside a woman on a verdant crag. Well, I'm having fucking tripped out visions again. Beneath the two of you is a broad plateau towering above the overgrowth far below. Strange machines have been built into the cliffside, presumably for reconnaissance or defense. A metallic disc gleams from the center of the plateau. Your self-aware humanoid machines drill into the base of the cliffs below. If you were looking for a sanctuary, and you were desperately, this seems like the right place. I don't know about this, the woman says, her voice flat, neutral. Her face is turned away from you. What makes this place any more secure than the other ones we found? Draw our attention to the more hidden details. You're trying to persuade her of the merits of the site and remind her of the time change. Draw our attention to the hidden details that your machine so I can clearly see. Yeah. You shade your eyes against the bright sun so that you can point out the thin bands radiating out from the metallic disc. How the energy from those bands affects the local fauna, suggesting an enormous source of prior world energy. She thinks deeply. It's geologically sound? Have you run the sounding samples and checked the strata? No major caverns or weaknesses showed up on your resonance scans? She waits for your affirmation and says, "Alright, I'm convinced." The two of you sketch your plans for the sanctuary, drawing schematic and architectural diagrams. Then you descend into the plateau to examine the open ground. The woman suggests having one of the servitors build a shelter for your time there. You try to draw one of the constructs away from its task, but it doesn't respond to your voice. When you lay a hand on its shoulder to reinforce your command, it whirls and strikes you across the face with inhuman speed. It turns back to its task, ignoring you. Your companion helps you rise, laughter in her eyes. It seems your construct has other ideas. What's the matter with it? Use the Numenera integrated into the construct's body to overwhelm the behavior malfunction. Examine the construct. A mist falls onto the plateau as you wrap a fiber-shielding mesh around the construct's skull. The mesh powers up, protecting the construct's mind from any transdimensional emissions that might be in the area. Taking a deep breath, you repeat your command. Acknowledged. It obediently trundles to the site of your new shelter. Yeah. The image freezes, then fades, and you feel the memory filling the gap in your mind, blocked by jagged block. Blocked by jagged block. You stagger, clutching your head, reclaiming your memories. Hurts. Ugh, that sucks. And once more, there's something else. Hairs lift one by one on the back of your neck. Something beyond this room can sense what you are doing and is hunting you. What? What? Countless scratches and wounds mar the surface of this door. Someone made a great effort to get inside, to no avail. What's this? A vision of a city springs up around you, your city, in flames and under attack. Her defenders fought and died all day, and still the attackers keep coming. They fight as if your destruction were demanded of them. They care nothing for mercy, surrender, or plunder. What they want is blood, but you have brought a keen-eyed companion to the top of the tower. She has seen the way to stop the invaders. You need to get her to safety, and you need to rally your defenders. But even as you turn toward the door of the tower, two of the attackers descend from a hovering machine. You don't have time to strike at them before they land. One is brutishly large, his weapon a vibrating axe. The other is slim, sheathed in glassy armor and holding a hilt with a sizzling, invisible blade. Your companion backs away. She's too young to help. Your enemies advance single file, confined by the parapet. duck under the giant's swinging attack before he can strike. Figure out who presents the greater threat. This one, yeah. The memory seems crystal clear. The giant is menacing, it's true, but the invisible blade of his companion is more worrisome still. The energy field that flickers and wavers around it suggests that she can carve matter at the molecular level, tearing pieces of her target into nothingness. If you're to save yourself, your best bet is to tackle her first. She's stuck behind the giant, waiting her turn to attack you, unable to bring her weapon to bear until he's out of the way. But it's clear that she expects him to handle you, and her eyes rove behind you, her focus on your ward. She's certainly not expecting you to dive between the giant's legs and come up inside her guard. She can't bring her blade to bear in time, and you drive your dagger up under her chin. You catch her before her deadly blade drops onto you and spin her around. The weapon slashes under the giant, and he topples bisected. The immediate threat ended. You focus on finding a way back to your allies. You open the tower door and rush down the stairs. The door at the base of the stairs is slightly cracked, opening just a bit into the hall, and you hear more of the enemy soldiers beyond. Shit! Sneak behind the child, shoot them, counting on your defenses to protect you. Hurry yourself against the door and knock them to the ground. You charge through the dim shadows, dropping your shoulder to the door at the last minute, and bursts open. Halfway through its arc, it crashes into the pair of enemy soldiers, scattering them. You race through the door, blade in hand. You dispatch your stunned foes before they have a chance to move. Their blood begins to pool in the hallway, and it looks fucking cool. The memory begins to fade, and you find yourself back in your own body. You've tripped the fuck out. Your temples throb with the racing force of your heartbeat, and the reclaimed memories blaze within your brain like a fucking bonfire on a mountain peak, visible to every predator for kilometers around. A tremor rocks the floor beneath you as though a massive fist has struck the room itself. Swaying on your feet, you see frantic movement within the borders of the mirror at the edge of the room. Oh, shit. Frantic movement. Huh? Frantic movement? Oh hey, it's me. The border of this mirror is lavishly decorated with a dizzying number of interlocked symbols, daggers, masks, paintbrushes, amulets, and more. Oh, but that's nothing compared to what you see in the glass. You see a vast crowd of fucking people, exact doppelgangers of you, shoving, arguing with, and fighting each other. Most are drab imitations of you, but a precious few are vivid and pull at your attention. Each of them bears an intricate pentagonal tattoo on their fucking head. What? In their eyes, their actions, you see the memories you discovered within the orbs and the choices you made shining like distant stars. Your hand twitches at your side, and though some of the bright doppelgangers ignore you, an even smaller number immediately turn to you, waiting for you to choose them and learn what you might become. A rumble shakes the room, and a slow vibration spreads from the darkness below, rippling towards the ceiling. Pointing at the one with the clever eyes. The doppelganger makes his way over to you. It's about to speak when a thuggish figure charges out of the crowd and shakes his knife in the doppelganger's face. Speaking in your voice, the doppelganger raises a calming hand, appealing to the thug's better nature with a combination of disarming wit and outright lies. Scowling, the thug lowers his knife and apologizes to the doppelganger for the trouble. The doppelganger turns to you, waiting for your decision. Yes, that is who I am. Yes, that is who I am. The remaining doppelgangers scatter for the edges of the mirror and vanish. Your chosen identity steps forward. Its appearance changes as it steps out of the rippling glass. Its face reflects confidence and cleverness. Shadows of weapons flicker in and out of its hand, and a few devices shimmer on its belt. You get the feeling you would be comfortable in a variety of situations. The word Jack sounds in your mind. Gain descriptor. Clever. Your doppelganger continues walking, stepping into you and filling you, making you whole. Your decision rings out into the cavernous room, awakening and unlocking vast mechanisms behind the walls. Suddenly a grotesque noise rings through your shared worlds like a bell, if bells could rot. Something is coming. Two might pull. The mirror fades, leaving a dark, open doorway. You take a deep breath and step through and take a shit in your pants because you're scared out of your fucking mind. Character creation. Your choices and the memories in the mirror have begun to build your character, but now you have the opportunity to decide on a number of details. First, you could decide to change your type. Type defines the abilities and skills you'll be able to acquire as you advance. Change character type. Jacks are intrepid explorers and adventurers. Jack of all trade, hence the name. Blah blah. Yeah, that's fine. Just do it. Glaives are elite warriors of the ninth world. Opportunities for Nanos are sometimes called mages, wizards, and bullshit. No, I want Jack. Stat pools are the resources you use to apply effort or activate abilities. You can distribute points as you see fit. Glaives tend to favor might and speed, while nanas favor intellect. Jacks usually benefit from a balanced set of points, whatever. Okay. We get one of these, and another one, and then one of these, and one of these. Okay. Bloop. Abilities, unlocked by your type, can be active actions, such as attacks or spell like esoteries, or unique passive effects. Cool beans. I have to buy one or two. Train without armor. Gain all this bullshit when wearing no armor or light armor. Excuse me. Sucker punch. Attack deals weapon damage. Hedge magic. Succeed in the next. Infuse weapon. Choose the damage type and make a weapon attack. What? Just do this one. And this one. Yeah. Most skills increase your chance of success on specific kinds of actions and tasks, but some give other passive bonuses. Each skill starts at the whatever novice level and can be increased to trained and specialized, granting greater bonuses at each level. Descriptors often leave some skills at the red in ability level, meaning they inflict penalties. When upgraded, these return to the novice level. Oh, that's cool. Choose an exploration skill. Exploration skill with one benefit. Okay. Persuasion. Can I pick another one? No, just one? Okay. Persuasion. Only glaives receive training in weapon skills. I'm not cool enough. Although you choose your descriptor from among the many doppelgangers in the mirror, you now have the chance to view the specific bonuses and penalties it grants. You can also examine the effects of other descriptors and choose a new one if you wish. Whatever. Change your character descriptor, eh? You're a smooth talker, your face is stupid. Wrathful Jack. Yeah, that sounds good. Right? Wrathful Jack. What else? What did I have? Clever? Deception? I don't know. You're quick-witted, a good judge of others. You can fool people, but rarely fool yourself. You're not great at retaining truth and knowledge, however. Smooth talker and charmer, able to convince others to see things your way. Quick, lithe, and dexterous, able to move with grace and beauty. You have a sharp memory, can grasp content others struggle with, though you have a tendency toward distraction. God damn it. Machinery, mystical, heavy weapons. Fuck. Or do I want to be wrathful? Take a lot of punishment. Take a shit. Do I want to be deceptive or intimidating? Deceptive or intimidating? I guess I'll be deceptive. Whatever, I'll just be clever. Whatever. You sure you wouldn't have perceived this as your last chance? Yeah. I'm sure. If your enemy is armored, take a shit on him, and then something happens. Cool. I'm super excited. The fuck is this bullshit? The Spectre. Everything about this spectral figure seems dreamlike. He is a hazy silhouette who seems to be made of blue glass shit. He wears stylish, well-cut clothes. His handsome, bearded face seems hauntingly familiar, though you've never seen him before. He breathes a sigh of relief when he sees you, and I'll be right back, because I gotta go get some pizza real quick. Shit! I almost dropped the controller. I'll be right back. We weren't sure that you would work. We pulled our strength and channeled it through me to reach you, to wake you up. He glances at the other figures here and frowns unhappily. It took more out of them than we thought. The other reflections, they're more like shadows now, and your mom's a hoe. Look, I bet you've got a lot of questions and shit. This whole place is basically your mind. Your body's still out there in the real world, healing from that fall. You need to get out there and finish the fucking process. He shrugs. It shouldn't be too hard. Before I met you, it felt like something was hunting me. You said I had to finish the process. Who are these other people? Who are these other people? That's what they are. That's what they are. As I said, it's your mind. You'll find reflections of people you knew, people you met in the real world, and with whom you shared some kind of psychic connection or some shit. I don't know. How or why it just fucking happened. Stop asking questions. Before I met you, something was hunting me, blah blah. He closes his eyes. That's a memory I don't want to recall. Large, black, furious. It's our death, it's the sorrow. He closes his eyes. I hope it's lost interest in you. If it finds us, we're done for. Who are you? He pauses and looks down at himself, considering a long time before answering. I'm you. I'm a part of your mind, a splinter. I was waiting here for you. We called you, with the memories of the others who were here. I don't know what happened next. You said I have to finish the process. What do you mean by that? After you wake up from this dream state and attune to the tides, you'll need to find something called a resonance chamber. Your body should have landed somewhere near it. Just climb inside that and everything will be fine. What do you mean attune to the tides? Tides are like a force, like gravity or magnetism or something like that. Except they respond to people's actions and perceptions. Your body, that is, your body in the real world needs the tide to survive. It's not something you need to worry about. Your body will attune as it wakes up. What's a resonance chamber, goddammit? I remember pieces about it, but not the whole thing. It's a crystal sarcophagus. Or sarcophagus. I remember it having 5 mechanical arms around it and a metal ring set in the floor. I think we were aiming for it when we fell. When you open your eyes in the real world, it should be nearby or some shit. If this is my mind, why don't I remember any of this bullshit? It's your mind, a construct built to, I don't know, share thoughts, store your true self or some bullshit. Wait, you know how people say in the first place? This is definitely the first place of your memory. Well, it was the first place for me, anyway. You probably know better since it's yours. If you don't remember now, maybe it'll come to you later. How do you know all this shit? He throws up his hands in frustration. I'm just a part of you. I look at you and I know. This place was made for you, for us, and I remember pieces of knowledge that come to me when you ask your stupid questions, but that's all. Tell me about this place again? I told you as much as I know. It's your mind, and that means you're in control. You just need to figure out how to unlock its secrets. I don't know fucking how, but I think the resonance chamber will do that for us. It'll unite us, make us whole again. How do I get back to the real world? There's a portal down there. It'll take you back to your body. Just step through it and the whole tides thing should take care of itself. He crosses his arms. When you wake up, find that goddamn resonance chamber and activate it, and then we can... What the hell is that? Oh, shit! Is that the thing? Death or whatever? It's the sorrow! Oh, hell. It killed the people! The sorrow is anchored to those reflections. It's devouring their power. We gotta get rid of them. Destroy its anchors or else the sorrow will erase us forever. Crisis initiated. Kill the reflections anchoring the sorrow to your mind. Crisis. A crisis begins when you enter into a dangerous situation. Crises are turn-based encounters where you can fight, sneak, manipulate the environment, or talk your way out of trouble. Each turn you can take one action to attack or activate an ability. You can also make one move. That reflection near you, kill it. You'll loosen the sorrow's anchor. Attack. Use L to move the reticle in the center of the screen, then X to move to a position or attack. Try selecting the highlighted character now. This one. Attack. Effort can be applied to attacks to increase your chance to hit. As with other tasks, each level of effort increases your chances by 20% at the cost of 1 point from a stat pool. Unarmed attacks use speed, but other weapons and abilities may use magic, or might, or intellect instead. Cool. Just do this one. Whoop his ass. Sorrow turn. Fuck. Get the fuck out of here with your bullshit. What? It's escaping. No, run. Get to the next one. Or now run. You can sacrifice your action for the turn to double move instead of attacking. The movement preview line turns purple when over a position that requires a double move. Got it. Does this require a double move? Oh, sorry. It wasn't purple. What is going on? When you apply effort to an attack, it increases the damage you deal. Different weapons and abilities gain different amounts of bonus from the bullshit. Let's do a regular attack. What was that? You missed? Sorrow fragment. What did it... Is that shit escaping into my mind? It's just hanging out in my fucking brain and shit. You used your action this turn. You'll need to wait until your next turn to deal with another reflection. You can move somewhere to spend your remaining move, but you can press triangle to end your turn early. Just move closer. Sorrow infection. What's it doing now? It's infecting it somehow. What? Oh my god, what the fuck are you talking about? Fettles are temporary conditions or status effects that can improve or reduce a character's stats. The Sorrow has just placed a fettle on the remaining reflection. You can't remove this fettle, but you may find a way to overcome it. How about I kill it? Yeah, kill it. Did I kill it? The armor stat reduces physical damage. The fettle the Sorrow placed on the character boosts its armor by 10, meaning it will absorb 10 points of damage from each attack. The reflection's armor is now too high for you to overcome with your unarmed attack. Unarmed attack. Unarmed attack. Skist. The reflection is protected somehow. You need to find a way to hit it even harder, and I hate my life. Grab that piece of mirror glass. It might have enough residual energy to kill the reflection. Okay. Right there. Grab that shit. To pick up loot, press L to move the reticle of the object, and press X. I just did that! You faggot. Oh my god, your whole family. Your whole fucking family. Pick it up. No. Are you retarded? Oh my god, I can't do it. Jesus. Take it. Activate an item. Press R2 to bring up the items or digital radio member. X is selected. Highlight your target with the reticle and press X again. Shut the fuck up. I'm pressing this button. Am I holding it? I guess so. I threw it? You probably lose. That thing is a cancer, an infection. It's unstoppable, but you stopped it. He holds his head in his hands. I can't believe I found us in here. He looks at you, terror in his eyes. That thing, the Sorrow. It's been hunting you. It's what killed you in the first place. It'll keep hunting you until you activate the resonance chamber. I didn't remember until I saw it, but that's why the chamber is so important. You have to get back and activate the chamber before it's too late. The portal to your body is that shimmering dome there. Go now! No! No! I died. When someone tells you to take care of unfinished business before leaving a location, take heed. Usually you won't get a chance to return later, and your whole family's a bunch of cunts. Oh. That doesn't say, it doesn't say that.
Where did he fall from? His body smashed to talk. So wonder he's still breathing.
All I saw was a corona, not his origin point. But look, he's healing already. Spontaneous regeneration.
Yeah. The fuck? You guys okay? Oh, what was that? What'd you do? Calistigi? His tone has become accusatory, suspicious. You open your eyes. First thing you notice in this man's kaleidoscope of tattoos writhing across his forearms okay. He wears a long dark coat, belted at the waist, supplies filling the pockets. His boots are worn and stained with years of travel. You blame me? He emitted an internal physiological reaction in response to the fall, probably related to that fantastic healing process. Obviously, Allegern. Her voice rolls and hisses, and you have to rub your eyes to be sure that you're not seeing double. Faint echoes of her actions trail from her, each nearly mimicking her. Yeah, what the fuck? Though some act and react to stimuli that you can't perceive, her vivid hair and outrageous clothing remain constant through these shadows. Oh yes, it's obvious, Calistege. His voice is grim and clipped, and he sees you looking at him. You're no ordinary mortal, we know that much. Start talking. His face is hard and set. Where am I? How did I get here? You built the dome, don't you recognize it? He growls. You know he's not the changing god, Allegern. It's his face. I've never seen any other people rebuild themselves like that. Only the changing god could have healed so quickly. He sighs and rubs his face, trying to regain his composure. Maybe you could help me for a change. You know what this means to me? You're familiar with the word changing, Allegern. It implies inconsistency. Thus, the changing god may well have changed. Several versions of her shrug, and she addresses you. You'll have to forgive him. He believes you're someone he once knew, even though it's painfully obvious to anyone that you are newly born. Her most solid self curtsies while others bow or spin. I and my sisters am Calistege. This is Allegern. We are explorers, knowledge seekers. That's how we came to be in this room. If I'm not mistaken, you are what we call a cast-off. The changing god created you, body and mind. Your sire used your body for a time, then abandoned it for reasons of his own. When his mind departed for a new experience, you were born in his cast-off shell. Who's the changing god? Ha! That's something coming from you. So give us a silent glance. The changing god is your sire, dear. He discovered a path to immortality long ago. A means to transfer himself to a new body of his own creation. I don't think he knew, however, that when he abandoned one body, another mind was birthed to fill the void. Oh, he knew alright. He eyes you up and down coldly. The only thing the changing god cares about is himself. He doesn't give a single fucking shit for those he leaves behind. Are there others? Dozens, hundreds, who can say? Your sire's been doing this for several centuries. Though if all of them were born the way you claim to have been, it's a wonder any of them survive. Where am I? What is this place? A sanctum of your sires. Sorry, hold on. What? Sanctum of your sires. The common belief is he has several such places throughout the ninth world, possibly other worlds as well. We were only just able to gain entry to this one because of your grand entrance. Oh. So you say I was born when the changing god left, but why am I not dead? I used a cipher to slow your fall further, but the damage still would have killed an ordinary person. But think about it. If you're the kind of person who can make your body into anything you want, what do? If you've constructed bodies for centuries, you want to make each one better than the last. You want to live forever. You're not going to let your life end by accident. No, you'll make strong bodies, fast, powerful, maybe throw in regeneration while you're at it. The changing god has always been vain. He rarely stays long in a shell that doesn't suit his self-image. She looks you up and down, her smile suddenly unnerving. Perhaps the changing god fled because he didn't want to wear those scars of yours. Bah. How can you be sure this body is a cast-off? You mean aside from your miraculous reformation? For one thing, there's your tattoo. All cast-offs have one. Although its purpose is beyond me, bitch. And then, of course, there's your delicious naivete. He could be faking it. You don't live hundreds of years without learning to lie convincingly. Oh, for fuck's sake. She sighs in exasperation. Then says to you, what do you think? Are you a newborn child, or are you a powerful immortal whom death has robbed of his memories? You obviously knew the changing god, dickface. What do you think? Dominant tides changed, legacy has shifted. What? Blue tide raised a small amount? What does that mean, dude? What? That is just the kind of question he would ask. He scrutinizes you in a way he hadn't before. I admit you carry yourself differently. The changing god I knew had a glint of knowing everything about our world and the worlds before it. Your personality, that's very much the same. You could be him. I hope not for your sake. You would have a lot to answer for from a lot of people. And what are you basing that conclusion on, Alliger, and your feelings? He looks away and his composure slips a little. Gods, you're so rancid sometimes, Calistige. Blah, 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 blah. Do you know anything about the tides? I've heard that term before. A subject your sire surrounded in great depth. I'm afraid it isn't my field of inquiry. La la la, what was that blast of energy when I woke up? As I was telling my colleague, it was obviously a physiological reaction of some kind. I've never witnessed the birth of a cast-off, but yes, it could very well have been caused by your nascent consciousness. Don't worry. I don't believe it caused any real harm, not to me at least. Really, you've been more abrasive than ever since we came in here. He shoots her a sidelong look. She just can't empathize with other people unless she's experimenting on them. I want to ask about something else. When blow, blow, falls a blow, blow, blow. Damn, I guess I'm playing the wrong game. Why do you hate the changing god? Ghost of a smile touches his mouth if he's privy to a joke, but it doesn't reach his hard ass. He lived longer than anyone in the world. Hasn't been much of a philanthropist in all that time. He's helped some people, sure, but it's always been in his own self-interest. He's gotten away with a load of skist over the years. Shit, I guess. Oh, before I woke, I was in some crazy place with some crazy shit going on. With how hard you hit the ground, I was surprised that's all you saw. If falling from the sky don't kill me, is there anything that can? Excellent question. Having seen your regenerative abilities in action, I suspect they're primarily physical, a regrowth. If that's the case, you'd be unable to survive most varieties of psychic or molecular decomposition, disintegration, conflagration, and so forth. Degenerative diseases could pose a problem, and I know of several entities capable of psychic destruction. As she speaks, a vision flashes into your mind. It's not yours exactly. Somehow you know this is a memory of the changing gods. You are in a dark room lit by a myriad of blinking lights and holograms from the many machines surrounding you. What about a body that can withstand the sorrow's attacks? Says the voice. It seems to be coming from one of the machines. No, you reply. The thing has no respect for barriers of any kind. Physical, temporal, psychic. This is the only way. With a series of gestures, you bring up an image of a crystalline pod. If the resonance chamber works, it will give us the power to stop the sorrow's hunt once and for all. We just need the right focal point, a catalyst. The memory fades. Calistige is still talking. You realize that the device you saw in the memory is identical to the one behind you now. It looks just like the Spectre had described it. A transparent sarcophagus inside a crystalline dome with mechanical arms, and it's fucking busted. Unfortunately, the dome is shattered. The sarcophagus is cracked with one of the arms in the pieces on the floor. What the fuck? Or flesh-eating viruses, blah 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 blah. Do you know about the sorrow? I have my share of sorrows, but never the sorrow. What's that, a disease? I don't know. Do you know how to fix that crystal chamber there? Then, not likely, though. It might not be impossible. You need people with the appropriate knowledge. I'm sure the cult of the changing god will hold the answer. Her distaste is evident in the expressions of her echoes. Although the face of the one in the lead remains carefully impassive, you turn to the insane to help a newborn. Where's your judgment, Algern? I would take him to the Order of Truth. Order of Truth? Are you mad? They'd sooner take us apart. Cal Siege, will you take him to the Order of Truth? Of course, once I provide an introduction to the priest, we'll have your chamber fixed in no time. You'll end up without your clothes and broken in a ditch while she laughs it off as a good experiment. It's probably best I come with you as well. Alright. Suspicious as always, Alger. Child, the world is an exciting place, but it is full of danger. Rest assured, one of us will get you to safely safely to where you need to be. I'll be right behind you. A sunny smile crosses her faces. Alright, let's go. You gained your first companions. They'll follow you the last cast-off and can be controlled during a crisis. You can speak to them about their past and take advantage of their unique abilities and skills. Companions have their own motivations and personalities, and depending on the choices you make, they may not follow you forever. You will find more companions who can join you as you travel through the Ninth World. Sweet. Take this opportunity to explore your surroundings. You may find items, equipment, and more to assist you. When you are ready, you can leave the broken dome using the stairs to the northeast, and your whole family is a bunch of cunts. Okay, next time on Torment. I'm gonna do something, I don't know. This game's kinda cool. It's a lot of reading, but I like that anyway, so whatever. Subscribe to my channel. I'll kick you in the nutsack like last time, and the time before that, and the time before that, and the time before that.